And welcome back to Movies and Beyond. If you're a newcomer here, then welcome. I'm Kyle. That's Callum. We talk about movie news as much as we can, 3 times a week. Let's just jump into it because I can tell Callum is very, very eager today, as we've just got on a bit of a tease for multiple Marvel projects. It's looking good, Callum. It's looking really good. I want to hear what you have to say. It's a very short tidbit that we get from Daredevil.
Well, Daredevil
But let's
gets.
go into
I
it.
think Daredevil gets the most screen time in this one, out of everything. So yeah. Oh my God, we've got our first little teaser for Daredevil Born Again, and they showed us the right stuff. Whatever they had to show us, they showed us the right stuff in the 30 seconds of footage we got.
I want to say I don't like to use the term they're cooking with this, but they are master chefs at this.
Kyle, you've literally just turned 26 today. Don't say they're cooking with it. Right?
I can't,
You've literally just outgrown that. But everyone, happy birthday, Kyle. It's Kyle's birthday. Yep.
I'm going to die soon.
God, that'll be funny if you get run over tomorrow. I'll play that back.
Chat, clip that. Short of that.
So yeah. But me, still the young, youthful 25-year-old, I shall say, they are cooking with this 30-second spot. So...
I want to say one thing, though, just before we sort of discuss it, is when, Callum, you messaged me, I said to you today, is anything, is there anything that's, been about? Because I haven't seen anything at all, genuinely. And obviously, I follow the same things you do, but you're a bit more, I guess, you get the notifications a lot better than me. And you were like, have you not seen? And I was like, okay, this is Daredevil related. I knew from the get-go. I was like, this is Daredevil related. So as soon as I finished work, I hopped on online to see what I could find, and holy shit. My first thing, though, was obviously, you said that you told me what basically happened. They released this trailer showing different projects, and I was like, oh, it's only a couple of seconds of Daredevil. And I'll be honest, coming into this tonight, I was thinking, like, just release the fucking trailer already. Like,
I think
there's a trailer already.
After Agatha, I think we're getting a trailer.
There's already a trailer, like, in the wind somewhere, behind closed doors. So I was like, why release this tidbit? Why release this teaser? Why not just release it? Build up that more, that hype after the Captain America 4 trailer, after, of course, the Thunderbolts as well. Just help build up that trust back to Marvel.
Yeah, well, I think they are working on a different trailer, because they said some stuff in it that wasn't in the D23 and Comic-Con. Was it D23 trailer? They said some stuff in it that wasn't in that D23 trailer.
I haven't seen it, Colin. Neither have you.
Neither have I. No, I have not.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, just finishing off what I was going to say
You're allowed.
It's my birthday, I'm allowed. But yeah, no, they definitely finished off. Obviously, we'll talk about the other topics in this. It's basically all in the same trailer, but they definitely did everything in this, though, Callum. I was like, okay, I see now. They're building up trust alongside Daredevil with these other projects. But we'll continue with Daredevil just for the moment.
This was fucking great. The action were great. The way you were moving were great. They made it a little bit more fantastical than it was in the Netflix show. But that's fine. They've got the budget to do that now. But they haven't made it so unbelievable. The creator...
Grounded still.
It's grounded still, yeah. I believe one of the people who worked on the original Daredevil show when She-Hulk came out, and he were flipping down side up building. I think that was a bit too much for some people. I didn't mind it, but I think that was a bit too much for some people. But even he said, he was like, we would have loved to have Daredevil move like that in our show. We just didn't have the budget for it. So, but I feel like they've kind of met that nice middle ground now. You see him do like a little flip. He jumps off a building and gets his, billy clubs with grapple on and sticks it out, that old classic stuff. So I'm excited for that. The action looks great.
But it goes back to...
You keep crashing, boy.
I'm sorry, I can hear you.
Yeah.
It goes back to that old thing of, when it comes to like a lot of films, especially sort of like when it's to do with a character that doesn't get a higher budget. I mean, Hellboy is probably the exception, the most recent Hellboy. But typically when a production company is limited by their budget, it can lead to great things. And I think that was one of the really strong points of the Netflix show is the budget was small, but it paid off because they did really well. And that's to do with anything, that's to do with movies, shows, any sort of media format. So I kind of don't believe what he was saying about the whole, She-Hulk flip thing.
Yeah.
But this just kind of shows like, this is season 4.
This is season 4.
Fuck whatever we were doing before. This is season 4. This is the bring back Daredevil trend. It is.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Save Daredevil. And I like to bring this up every time with the Save Daredevil movement. They managed to approach it in... This was something I was following. It was something I was passionate about. I absolutely wanted Daredevil to come back. And it worked, but this was something that they did in a nice, respectful way. You see him about, raising money for charity and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying the Zack Snyder, release the Snyder Cut people didn't do that, because they did a lot of great stuff for charity as well. But you hear a lot more stories about the aggression, threatening, Warner Brothers execs and stuff like that. So, just well done, Daredevil fans. And I think they said it when Matt was in No Way Home. And there's like, guys, we did it. And yeah, you have, but I feel like right now, watching this 30 seconds of footage, it's like, you have done it, guys. You've done it. And I think this is only here because of the fans, because if anyone else was cast as Daredevil other than Charlie Cox, I think people would have rioted. And I'm so glad to have him and Frank back together. Just that little shot from the end of the teaser where they both looks like the team.
It's putting the cherry on the top when you add Frank. Obviously, John Bernthal coming back as Frank Castle. That is the cherry on top for this, for me at least. You know what I mean? Like, Callum, I'm so excited because it brings us back to sort of like it's not that long ago, but I feel like I'm gonna have like a almost nostalgia-esque feeling to this. Going in to watch this, I'm so excited, and for me, I see this as your sort of No Way Home. Bringing back Toby and Andrew in that film, bringing back Charlie Cox into full form. As well as all the great cast as well. And again, Frank Castle coming back as the Punisher. I'm so excited.
Yes, Frank Castle coming back as the Punisher.
Yeah, I'm. Fuck off. John Bernthal coming back as Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. I'm so excited alongside you. It's my birthday as well, and this has come out as like a massive treat for me. So I'm as soon as I saw it, Callum, I was like, oh my god, this is I was happy for myself, but I'm really happy for you.
I was nearly late to work this morning because I was just watching it in bed constantly, just going, whoa. So yeah,
surprised I didn't see anything.
Yeah, mate. Honestly, this has filled me with so much hope. Like, I was prepared for Daredevil Born Again to be not as good as the original Daredevil show. Maybe it'll just be good. It'll be fine. It's all right, fine. We've still got Charlie Cox's Daredevil. I'll take it, and that's what I was happy with for a long time. And I was happy with that.
We said this before. Yeah, we said this before, though, didn't we? It's
you're like
good as previously done. Sorry, I'm lagging again.
Yeah, mate. What is going on, mate? The train's not parked outside your house or something?
Apparently not. No. Despite it being my birthday, and not everything's perfect. No. So we said this before, though, and I think you completely ruined me. I want this new Daredevil show, season 4, if you will. I want it to be just as good as previously done seasons. If it's anything below that, then I probably will be a little disappointed. and we went in saying it needs to be at least good as one of the previous seasons. Callum, I think you'll agree with me here now. From what we're seeing, from what we're hearing, it looks like it may exceed it.
I don't want to say that yet, because season 3 to me is perfect television. Season 3 is perfect
But they've
television.
got the budget.
Yeah, they've got the money, but money doesn't always make money. But
It doesn't. But they've had a good track record, and
mate,
money helps.
I'm gonna have to use half of my annual leave next year just to get every episode of Daredevil Born Again off. And I was supposed to be taking my dad on holiday, but fuck that, I can wait until the year after.
Yeah, he got the Steam Deck today.
Yeah.
He's fine. He can. He's probably gonna go on holiday and play it Steam Deck while he's on holiday.
So yeah, oh god. Honestly, I could talk about Daredevil for hours, but let's move on to one of the other bigger things we are going to talk about everything they highlighted, but there's a few ones that they showed more of that we're going to speak about as main topics. Ironheart. Now, I'd say we got a good 15 seconds of Ironheart in this look ahead from Disney Plus Marvel. I definitely didn't watch the trailer at D23 that came out, because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't find it online and watch it. That's wrong. But if I did watch it, you would have heard me say, I didn't think that trailer was all that great. This is some of that similar stuff in them 15 seconds, but we're getting a better look at the costume, or the suit. I'm going to start with positives. I really like the suit, and I really liked the character of Ironheart in Wakanda Forever. I thought they did a better job with her there than they did in the comics, because in the comics it's just like, I'm a genius, I don't need college, fuck y'all, I've made an Iron Man suit. They're doing something a bit different, which I like. I like the look of this new suit. But Kyle, what were your thoughts on it?
I have to steady my words here. From the D23 trailer, it was D23, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
From the trailer that I didn't see, I much rather prefer the reception that got, again, steady with my words here, than what we got here. Now, I'll say this, it's a big step up. I mean, even it's hard to say it's a massive step, but it's a big step up for the CGI and the effects. We got the controversy about the effects teams not having much time to work on it, and things haven't looked great in Marvel, as of late. I mean, they've obviously improved, and thank God the outcry for that, because speaking as someone who's dipped their toes into animation, it's hard. It's a very hard process.
I thought it was easy,
but here it looks like they've fuck off. It looks like they've really sort of given them time, given them a much better budget for this sort of thing, because the effects look really good from what I've seen. Now it comes to the other thing, like you said, Riri Williams. She seems like an okay character. I would like to see more of the character.
Dominic Thorne was great in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. She was actually one of my favourite parts of it.
Yeah. It's just, I just don't know. Because we spoke about this earlier, and probably months and months ago now, about is this show is it still happening?
Well, it's happening. You got to think it's happening now. They've got the date of June 25th or 24th for premiere, so it's definitely happening.
Yeah, and I'll watch it. This could be our next sort of something that I want to say this in the best way possible. So when it came to Ms. Marvel, we wasn't excited for it really at all. We was like, we'll watch it because it's Marvel. We'll appreciate it because it's Marvel.
And we was already together because we were watching Kenobi at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then...
So, yeah, we went... So, We didn't watch it. Normally, when we are really excited for something, whether it's Marvel, DC, or whatever, we normally sort of watched it together. We didn't do that for Miss Marvel. And it was a missed opportunity because Ms. Marvel, if you haven't seen it, despite the Marvels movie not being so great, Ms. Marvel as a show is fantastic. I've suggested it to people who weren't, you know, Marvel fans,
Yeah.
same as us. They weren't too excited for it, and they said, "Yeah, this is a really great show." I'm kind of on the same wavelength as this. Like, I don't know the character of Rue Williams too much. I agree with you. She was probably one of the better parts of Wakanda Forever. So I'm going to say this. I don't want this to be a missed opportunity for Marvel fans because this could
Yeah.
end up being really great.
Well,
Especially, this is one of the shows that they've, had time to sort of like think about it. They could have cancelled it, but it feels like they could have reworked it into something really special. So that's where I stand with it. I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, look, this was done shooting in 23. Or 22, was it? I know this was shot a long time ago. And look, I think that if Marvel didn't have confidence in this, they wouldn't be moving forward with it now. They've reviewed everything. They've looked at everything. So you've got to think, if they had no confidence in it, we wouldn't be seeing out of it right now. So, yeah. Look, I didn't see
I
what
think
blew me away from this 15 seconds, but I'm excited that it's there because it shows me they've got a bit of confidence in it.
I think one other thing as well is obviously Ryan Coogler. I think his involvement in this has jumped up significantly after, obviously, Wakanda Forever. He's had more of a time to sort of like delve into this character. And Ryan Coogler, he is a master at the craft. So I've got more faith in this, and it doesn't seem like he's been working on anything else as of lately, other than the what is it, the vampire film that they're doing.
Yeah.
So this is something on a smaller scale almost, but because it's Disney, it's Marvel, it's still technically a bigger scale thing. So I think, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't want to shove it off as something else because I've been proven wrong before with Ms. Marvel.
Well,
So
I
yeah,
watched the first episode of Agatha over the weekend.
yep.
I didn't mind.
Agatha's another one.
I did not mind it at all, and that is one thing which I was excited for. But I was watching the trailers, and I was like, I'm not too excited for this. And I didn't watch it for weeks, and then we've got a double episode finale tomorrow, so I've got some fucking catching up to do because I quite enjoyed the first episode, and I've got onto the second as well.
You brought that up correctly. Agatha was another one where I was like, yeah, I really. Agatha is on a different level. I was really excited for that character because we've already seen that character in WandaVision. WandaVision's fucking amazing as well, and we both said we wouldn't mind seeing something Agatha again, whether it be
Yeah.
a new show, she pops up elsewhere. And she got her own show, and I thought, okay. And then, like you said, the trailer came out. I was a bit more excited than you were, I think, but that's not saying much still. I was still like,
Yeah.
this could still be, because I'm not a fan of the Disney Plus format. So yeah, that's where I stand with it. Ironheart, I'll give it a watch. I think we definitely need to watch the first episode together. We'll talk about it as soon as it comes out. But yeah, that's where I'm standing on it. The
Yeah.
CGI looks great. I just don't know how far they can take it.
Hopefully it's great. But anyway,
Yeah.
let's move on to the next one that really did blow me away. And they barely showed us out, but this did blow me away. Wonder Man. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Sir Ben Kingsley. What a cast, first of all. I heard rumours that Ben Kingsley was going to be in this. Playing, obviously, Trevor Slattery again. Last time we saw him was in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and he stole the show whenever he was on screen there as well. But yeah, this looks really fun. like really fun. Obviously, Wonder Man. Is it Simon Wilson? I'm pretty sure it is. It seems like what they're doing is there's an in-universe Simon Williams, sorry. It looks like there's an in-universe film being made about a superhero called Wonder Man. So he's going for the role of Wonder Man. Now, I'm assuming that he goes for this role, then maybe gets his powers or something like that. I don't know a right lot about Wonder Man. I really don't. And then maybe kind of just adopts the Wonder Man title.
I want to say something. I think you might agree with me when I say this. I completely agree with what you said. Ben Kingsley coming back as the actor, Trevor Slattery. I can't wait. As soon as I saw him, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I am in. Yes. Wonder Man, I don't really know much again about the character, same as you. But I was looking forward to it. Something new, something fresh.
And Destin Daniel Cretton as well, working on it.
Yes.
Which makes sense now with Sir Ben Kingsley in it, that putting two and two together there now, actually. So.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think you'll agree with me here a little bit, Callum, I just don't think, when it comes to sort of like a show, because this is a show, and I feel like Marvel is being too, I don't want to say scared, but they're not willing to take a risk on something outlandish and different when it comes to being in a film. Because at the end of the day, being as realistic as I can, a show they can be a bit more risky with, they can do some different things.
Look at WandaVision.
And it's like, yeah.
That is still the riskiest thing they've done.
Yeah. And I'm just like, this would have probably worked a lot better, I think, as a movie from just what I've seen. Just initial thoughts, very quick, very here, there. I think this would have worked better as a film. Just because, again, with the Disney Plus format that we have gotten, it's not been great. And, I feel like when it comes to Marvel films and doing something special, I feel like it would have worked better and it would have shown fans that, look, we're willing to do something different and break boundaries and do something outlandish with a character like Wonder Man. It's like the Guardians films as well. Guardians was quite outlandish, I think, from what we've seen before. Yeah. And I feel like Marvel is kind of not willing to put that effort in to make it a film. Now, I know there's other factors, Callum, I know, but you know what I mean.
I get what you mean, but also, look, this thing's coming out in December of next year. So we're still over a year away, so we've only had a little tease, but we can kind of get a grasp of what the story is. But I can imagine everything we've seen is only from the first episode. Maybe even the first half of the first episode. And you're going on about this Disney Plus format, and we know now that they've learnt the lesson. Look, it's Marvel Television now. Shows are going in. They're getting showrunners, not just a producer over the whole thing, and they're having stuff be directed by different directors throughout the season. See, TV is very different to a film. A film, your director, they're kind of like, all right, this is my vision. This is what's happening. TV, it's your showrunner, and your showrunner gets different directors in to do different things throughout the season. And it's like, no, this is the showrunner's vision. They're the director of it all. So, yeah. But from what I've seen from Wonder Man, I'm excited. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is a fucking talent as well. That man can act. I still say it to you, I don't know if you've watched it, Watchmen, the TV show.
I haven't yet, no. I've watched the film.
So, he is fantastic in that Watchmen TV show. I'd give it a watch.
Yeah.
He's collecting it all as well, and he's done Watchmen, Black Manta in the Aquaman films.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Man. So, who knows what he'll do next? Maybe in James Gunn's DC universe.
I wonder.
Yep, that's right.
You gotta give it to me.
Kyle gets to tell one joke every year on his birthday. And you have to laugh.
Yeah. Do you know what? It got me thinking though. I feel
don't
like
do that, mate. That's fucking dangerous.
Obviously, this is set in our time, kind of thing. I would much rather them go down, because Wonder Man is an older character, isn't he? So it would have been cool for them to do something, even really, if they're gonna experiment and do something different. Obviously, a lot with the Marvel shows, then they should have really sort of like pushed it even further. Have this be set in, like an older times when action and films and stuff, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, something in that sort of like style.
That'd have been fucking awesome. Really cool. That would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, this could have been something kind of, interesting, and it had its own tone and style to it.
I get how meta it is as well, though, what they're doing, like with the superhero film. He's reading for the role of Wonder Man. This is going to be Marvel's attempt at The Boys, which is what I'm looking at it like. It's like, come on, we've got a bit of an opportunity to take the piss out of ourselves here, like everyone else has been doing, like The Boys has been doing. There. Yeah, because The Boys have been taking the piss out of DC and Marvel for years now, and they do it in such a good way, but they're taking the piss out of these things that I love, but I love that show as well, so it's never in a nasty way.
It's not throwing shade. No. Yeah, it's not throwing shade or disrespecting it. Yeah, it's having fun with it.
It's satirising it in a funny way, so... Yeah. But the way I'm looking at this right now, from what I've seen, I could be completely wrong. This is... And I'm not talking about gore or sex or violence or anything like that, but this is going to be Marvel's version of The Boys, but... more of like the angle it looks at, with the company, Vought, and everyone doing superhero stuff and franchises. So yeah. Anyway, should we get to our next one, Kyle?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, go on then, birthday boy. It's about damn time, Kyle. Spider-Man freshman year. We're finally seeing something for it. This got announced... I feel like this got announced when they did that Slate right after Endgame in 2019.
It was announced very, very early, and I feel like we've been waiting forever. November 2021.
All right, so... Okay.
Disney Plus Day.
Yes. Yeah. Right. That makes sense then. But still, we've been waiting a long time for Spider-Man freshman year. And I think one of the earliest announcements of it, we get to talk about it again, Charlie Cox's Daredevil will be in this.
Going full circle.
Full circle. But, what did... because like you mentioned earlier, you have dabbled in a bit of animation. What did you think of the little bit that we saw of this?
So, obviously, when it comes to animation, it's a very broad spectrum. There's a lot of things going on with it, especially with the Spider-Man character. So, the last thing we got where it was an animated, cartoon-esque Spider-Man character was back in 2017. Actually, most recently it was Spidey and His Amazing Friends, but I think that was like a really sort of like, your children's-esque show.
Did we get Spider-Verse?
But you had... Yeah, I'm talking about like shows.
All right.
Yeah. I want to get to that in a moment. The Spider-Man show format has worked really well, and unfortunately, I think since Disney came to the helm, it's kind of like declined. I don't want to say Disney has ruined it or blame Disney for it, but it has declined because I've seen the Spider-Man 2017 show. I think I watched about 3 episodes and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I mean, yeah, they do some cool things there, but there was no effort really that I could feel in the show. Spectacular Spider-Man, as seen in Across the Spider-Verse, it's a fan favorite version of Spider-Man. in all media platforms. Still waiting on that Spider-Man skin in PS5 Spider-Man 2, but
I'm
I
still
don't think
waiting
we'll
for
get
that
it.
foreskin in the Avengers game.
Yes, yeah, I know you are.
You know,
But
the
yeah,
thing is,
no,
I had so
definitely.
many foreskins, I just didn't have the one I wanted.
Yeah, no. So, anyways, when it came to this being announced, I was like, are they going to put some effort in here, or are they just hyping us up again to try compete with the Spider-Verse? And I'm going to say this: I'm glad Spider-Verse came out and really sort of like kicked Marvel up the arse because this looks amazing.
It
From
looks
the
like
little
it's
bit we've
been
seen,
heavily influenced by it in a way, doesn't it?
yeah, it's like I said, Spectacular Spider-Man. Yes, it's a kid show, but it's got an absolute amazing charm to it, and the stories they go through, the portrayal of Spider-Man, obviously the voices and things like that, they're done really, really well, and it's you know, Spider-Man in the animated form works well, just as well as the live action form, and I think you'll agree with me on that. Um, One of the first things I think I heard about was obviously they're going to feature Norman Osborn. I was kind of thinking when this first came to light, I was thinking, is this going to be Tom Holland's Spider Man and they're going to show his high school years
That's what
a
it was
little bit
supposed to be,
earlier on?
wasn't it? That's what it was supposed to be at
Yeah,
first, but I think they changed it.
yeah. If this is something new, I'm fine with that because this looks really good from what we've seen. And yes, I am now really looking forward to it. Before, I was very skeptical, but it looks like, again, like I said, the Spider-Verse films have really sort of like, made Marvel Studios go, oh, we need to kick it up a notch with our animation department.
Yeah,
And they have, and it looks amazing.
not that long to wait as well. You know, I think we're getting something Marvel Studios next year. Out of the 12 months, we're getting something in 9 of the months. And that doesn't account for
And
crossing over and going into other months as well. So, yeah.
yeah, and again, I'm not trying to throw shade. I always say this when we talk about animation. I never want to throw shade at an animator because
Yeah, you do.
I know how hard it is. No, I don't.
Go on, just tell him you
But
hate him. Just tell him you hate him, Kyle.
no, no, but I understand how long and difficult it can be to do animation and do it really, really well. And obviously, Invincible is a great example of that. Invincible is a fucking amazing show. Yeah, the animation isn't as great, and I know it takes time,
Yeah.
but it looks like with this they've put a lot into the animation and they've put a lot into the sort of the story aspects and the direction they want to take it, just from the little teaser and
Yeah.
what we're hearing outside of it as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. It looks like it would probably be a one and done, maybe, unless they've done a couple of seasons right off the bat.
And another thing as well, obviously X-Men '97. I know it's a big favorite of yours, and I've enjoyed the every episode I've watched of that season. There was a little spoiler alert. There was a little tease to the OG '90s Spider-Man, and I would love to see that Spider-Man also come back. And if they're gonna do
It
anything,
just ain't happening while they're doing this, though, because they don't want two
yeah, it's
competing
not,
Spider-Man shows.
yeah, I think that's yeah. No, I completely agree. I think that's one of the downfalls of it. It's like, oh, we're not gonna get that because of that. But who knows? I mean, we might do if we're gonna have two Batmans on screen in the DC universe. Why can't there be two animated Spideys? I
I
mean,
know,
technically there's
I know, we're
three.
talking about a lot of Marvel today, but can we just like for a second appreciate how fucking ballsy it is having two Batmans on screen at the same time? It's like double box office.
I think it'd be a great way for Marvel to test the waters and have three Spider-Men on screen.
Oh wait, they've done it.
Spider-Man fresh year, Spider-Man in Spider-Verse, and then obviously the '90s Spider-Man coming back reprising his role as that. But that's a dream of mine. I'm looking forward to
Hey
this.
man, I dream about winning lotteries. You know, you dream about Spider-Man. But
Reach the road.
yeah, I thought what we saw looked great. I loved the whole little brick thing, and then everyone just like, even Peter's
Mhm.
reaction to him like bricking someone were fucking hilarious. So I liked what we've seen, and I like that we're getting it pretty soon. We're getting it at the end of January. So that's good enough for me. Just want to mention before we head out, a couple more things we only saw little things for. What If Season 3, the final season of What If, is December 22nd. So I'm pretty sure that's when the last season came out as well, last year. Around about Christmas time. I didn't mind What If Season 2. There just wasn't any episodes that really stuck out to me like the first season. And it was an episode every day. I think that's a bad release strategy because you're forgetting about the one the day before when you're watching the next one. Marvel Zombies. I'm pumped for that.
It's better be good.
We seen Blade as the Fist of Khonshu. Did you see that shit?
I saw that.
That was cool as fuck. Kyle, Blade as the Fist of Khonshu. He's probably going to be called the Blade of Khonshu or some shit like that. But that's fucking cool as fuck. Or he's going to be called Moonblade. Or Bloom.
Yeah, I think
Blade Knight
could do with a bit of positivity.
And it's Mahershala Ali voiced him as well.
Yeah.
So, it's
this
weird.
Might be the only bit of Mahershala Ali Blade, which is so sad, because there was something really special there with the casting of this, but...
He's in Eternals.
His voice is...
Yeah, it is.
He's like stood off at the side of the screen with a mic.
Yeah. They couldn't even show him.
Yeah.
They didn't even commit to showing him.
They should have just showed him. At least, if they showed him, I don't know if it would have been more sad if they did show him, but...
Yeah. Anyway. What else was there? Eyes of Wakanda. We didn't get right a lot of that. Very different animation style, though, by the looks of things. But that's...
It looks similar, but looks a bit more...
Yeah.
Refined.
Well, Marvel Zombies is just a continuation in it of the What If style of animation. So even though What If's finishing in this year, we're still technically getting What If next year, but just Marvel Zombies. So
multiversal stories, which it would have been really nice if the multiversal stuff worked, but it hasn't. So my hype and excitement for this sort of thing has kind of like not fizzled out, but it's definitely diminished from what it was.
Yeah, no. Definitely. Right, guys. I think that'll do us for today. What was your favourite thing from the Marvel Disney Plus look ahead? And why was it Daredevil Born Again? Because that's the only correct answer.
Yeah.
If you all want to do me a favour, wish Kyle a happy birthday in the comments. If you don't, you hate him. And also, if you don't, I realise you didn't get to this point in the video.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It's going to be like, no happy birthdays, Kyle. But when it's my birthday, right, I'm going to say it at the beginning. Like, the first thing. And then it'll be like, oh, happy birthday, Kyle. So it'll make you feel really unloved and make me feel loved.
I'll just end up saying something like... I don't. Yeah, I'll say something else. When it's your birthday, I'll say something special at the start of the show if you say it.
Nah.
Yeah, like you've got chlamydia or something.
Oh, we don't need to talk about that. Right, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.